What's going on, guys? My name's Eddie, and I'm here bringing you a wish list to Call of Duty. And I feel that I'm not going to speak just for myself. I think I have good advice because a lot of people just tend to rant about the game, right? They're like, "Whoa, fuck this, and you can't even do that. Herp, derp, derp, lerp." So I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that guy. But I want to see some things gone. Number one thing I want to see gone, or a few things on the top of my list, are number one is lag compensation. I want that to be gone because yes, sometimes it helps me, but I live in North Texas. I have a very good internet, and I don't want to get shot by a guy in the middle of nowhere who has a fake ping that is lower than mine. I don't have. I have like what, a 14 millisecond internet connection, like from here in to the server. I want I want to take advantage of that, right? So I want that gone, and I don't really know how you could do that. You could just take it off, or I don't know what the next Call of Duty is gonna bring. But another thing that is very frustrating, and that's panic knifing. For those of you who are just finding this video and you don't know what that is because you play another shooter, in Call of Duty, panic knifing is whenever you go around a corner and you put a few shots into a guy and he kind of gets scared and clenches his controller, because in Call of Duty the default controller setup, the knifing button is a one-shot kill or a one-hit kill that is on the right stick. If you press down on the right stick on Xbox controller or PlayStation, that's an instant death. And it has an auto aim feature, which means that it helps you aim, which in the knifing situation, it basically turns you 180 or 90 degrees around to knife somebody. And that's very frustrating. Some advice I have for that is to, my number one thing is to make the knife an equipment. Either make somebody choose between a frag grenade, a bouncing Betty, or a Simtex. That way, people tend to shy away from the knife because they have better options. Right now, people have the best of both worlds. They can have a bouncing Betty and their knife. They can have their Syntax and their knife. But if you made it the way I think should be done, you would have a more balanced game, and there wouldn't be so much ranting about the knife. So do that, or if you want to just go ahead and keep the knife the way it is, take away the auto aim. I know you can do it because the way that master keys work is that those shotguns have no help from auto aim or auto assist at all. That's why they seem so weak, because you have to be on point with those shots. So go ahead and take that off, take that grid off for knifing, take the lunge off for knifing. It'll be a better, just a better game. You will see an improvement in your game just by doing that. Other things I want to see gone are higher support streaks. And maybe some bad players who are watching this will disagree with me, but I want recon drone gone. I want stealth bomber gone. I want EMP gone. I want the recon juggernaut to be gone, because those things aren't skill based anymore. I mean, granted that Call of Duty is not a. I mean, no game is skill based. You work at a skill, you know, but it's a game. But you should have a competitive aspect to it, and I'll get into that in a little later. So I want those things to be gone, and if you want to keep them, if you really want to have those higher support streaks, have a death counter. Oh, but what I mean by that is if you are trying to get that 15-point streak, you can't die more than 5 times. So decent players can get that, but don't make him kill. If you bring back a recon juggernaut, make him not have any just make him not have any guns, because in the recon juggernaut now he has a pistol, he has a riot shield, and he has a ton of health, making him super hard to kill, and he can kill you when that guy didn't earn it at all. And then if you have something like the recon drone, have a counter to it. Have something, because there's there's no way that it's not fair in any shape or form that some guy who managed to get 10 points in a 12-minute game can know my position, and so can the rest of his team. that's not fair. I worked, you know, if I have assassin, I worked hard to stay off the radar, and that's why blackbirds are for, right? If Treyarch, you're listening, blackbirds were a great idea to counter all the people using Ghost. Other things that I want to see are perks being rebalanced, and I know that that's a tricky thing. That's a very tricky thing, but having a perk that prevents you from being shot by air support and being seen on the radar should be in the same slot. That way, because it's like back in the day, it was like stopping power and Juggernaut. Stopping power and Juggernaut were kind of counters of each other, but they were in the same spot. Imagine if they were in the way it is now with Blind Eye and Assassin. No, people would rant, right? So just make them in the same perk slot, in the same tier. That would fix that. Other things are shotguns, and I know it's tricky because Infinity Ward, Treyarch, Call of Duty has such a big variety of weapons, and they tend to have their strengths and weaknesses. Granted that Modern Warfare 3 has a very good balanced gun system, apart from the FMG9 and the Type 95. Overall, I'm hard pressed to find a weapon that's just beastly besides those two guns. All the other guns are on par with each other. The MP5 and the MP9 have their own little niche. The UMP and the PP90 and the P90 have their own niche. And maybe the MP7 is just a little too good. But, hey, so is the Type 95. So, anyway, make shotguns a viable option because a lot of developers tend to shy away from that. People don't like to die to one-shot weapons, that being sniper rifles or shotguns. But if sniping has its little part in the Call of Duty community, why shouldn't shotguns? Why would you pick a shotgun over a submachine gun when they do the exact same thing from even a larger range? So make those weapons viable options, make them extremely strong at close range. And what I mean by close range, that final stand, what I mean by that is anything from here to, I don't know, like, I don't even know how many meters there is in Call of Duty, but making it maybe a little farther than a doorway one-shot kill. Like, just make them have better range. Light machine guns, I want, because in Modern Warfare 3, the way it works now is that light machine guns are a gimmick. In other Call of Duties, they were viable options, but in this one, like, let's think of the cons. They're slow moving, they have bad reload, they have even bad damage. They have really bad damage, and their overall, they have a bad hip fire. And then on top of that, the damage drops off. So it's not like you can pick these things and be like, well, yeah, I can pick that guy off that's on the other side of the map with 3 bullets no matter what. So just bring the old light machine guns back. I think that would fix it. And it would just make light machine guns a better weapon. Also, you can throw in better hip fire for light machine guns, but because, I mean, they have to have just a little bit, look at that, again, have better hip fire. Moving on to death streaks. And Infinity Ward, if you're listening, don't ever, ever, ever bring back death streaks again. Whoever thought up of Dead Man's Hand obviously doesn't play this game. Nobody, whoever thinks of death streaks, plays this game, because that's not the way to help people become better at the game. It's just not. It's like learning to ride a bike and never taking off the training wheels, because why should I shoot people with my gun whenever Dead Man's Hand can kill more people with a bigger blast radius than a kill streak? It's quite frankly retarded. Whoever thought of that obviously doesn't play their game and doesn't care who plays their game, because that's extremely frustrating. So don't bring back death streaks, because the way Call of Duty is set up, it's perfect for what it's trying to achieve. It's fast-paced, it's run and gun, and I know some guys are like, well, everybody camps in Call of Duty, so everybody camps in other games too. Battlefield, Team Fortress 2, whatever. So it just has a perfect, setting of run and gun. So if you tend to those things, if you tend to the people who have been here since the beginning, your game will be praised by them, it will be praised by actual video game critics, and it will be remembered like Call of Duty 4 is remembered. So just tend to the people who have been there before, and just kind of don't try to equalize the playing field, because that's frustrating. Nobody likes that. Not even the new people like that. And just go ahead and make it a better game. Make it a game. If this is the last Call of Duty that's coming out, make it the game that will set the bar for the rest of the shooters out there who are trying to emulate what you're doing. Anyway, that's it. That's basically what I want to see in Call of Duty in the next Call of Duty, even if there's one after that. So if you have any opinions that differ from mine, just go ahead and leave it in the comment section, and I'm more than open for discussion. And I kind of want to hear you guys' thoughts on this. So not kind of, I really want to hear it. Anyway, that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.